First, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God in the name of His only begotten Son, who the word ignorant because Jesus the Christ, whose name in the Paleo Hebrew is Hamashiach Yahushua. I'm Captain Lamech of the Service Assembly. And this brief exhortation I'm about to go into is, why shouldn't we flee from to Africa or any of these other lands from Babylon? Why shouldn't we flee? Because the spirit of fear, as ICE and all these different things, attacking Northern Kingdom fighting, right? Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom steady getting shot down dead in the street. Of course, we know knees in their neck. Trump is trying to, send a lot of Southern Kingdom Caribbean back to Haiti or back to some parts of Jamaica, Montego Bay, whatever, right? So, a lot of us get the spirit of fear in us in these last days, but what about the promises, right? So the first precept I'm going to go into is the book of Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 18. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom that reproach of it was a burden, right? So he says he's going to gather those that are sorrowful, because the Most High knows that we're sorrowful in these days, man. He knows that it's hard trying to make it. The Most High knows that there's an arrow always pointed towards the Israelites, man. The Most High knows these things, right? So he said he's going to gather us. It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her, which is the nation of Israel. The Most High describes the nation of Israel as a comely and delicate woman, so that's the her. It says, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gathered you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all the people that of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. So Yahweh is saying he's going to turn back our captivity right before our eyes, man. So there's no sense in trying to go somewhere else and trying to duck and hide, and hopefully, the conflict and the pestilence and all these things that the Most High promised on this world. He already promised it. It's going to happen regardless of where you are, right? But the Most High never said get up and run and go try to find somewhere else to go, right? Now let me get the next precept. We're going to get the book of Ezekiel 20 and 33. It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 33. As I live, saith the Lord Yahweh God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm, with fury poured out, will I rule over you, right? So what is that mighty hand that Yahweh is talking about? The one who stands on the right hand side of Yahweh, which is Yahushua. So he's going to use Yahushua to come down, and he's going to do what? Let me get this out of here. Salakia Israel. It says, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. So we know that Yahushua is going to rule over us. Verse 34. And I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. So he's going to gather us from these countries already. There's no need to try to jump from this country and run to that country and try to hide. He's going to gather us from wherever he scattered us, right? Wherever you are, right? It says, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people. So from being beamed up, we're going to be brought into the wilderness, just like in the book of Exodus, right? It says, Salakia. And there will I plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So will I plead with you, saith the Lord. So the Most High, he already got a plan. Your plan is not going to overshadow the Most High's plan. Your plan is not going to, you're going to jump the plans of the Most High. You're going to get this work regardless of where you are. Regardless of what you think you're doing, you're going to get it. You can't escape what the Most High got planned for you, whether it's good, whether it's evil. It doesn't matter. The Most High is going to get his way over you regardless. Right? So let's go from there and let's get the book of Jeremiah. Get the book of Jeremiah. Right? We're going to get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. Right? We're going to start at verse 1. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord God of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, so northern and southern kingdom, saith the Lord. And I will cause them to return to the land that I have gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. The land that he gave to our fathers was originally the land of Canaan, but now it's the Holy Land, right? Verse 4. It says, And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace, right? So right now, man, we're hearing a voice of trembling and fear. There's no peace in the world right now. All hell is breaking loose everywhere we go all over the earth, man. You know, the land is being crumbled, you know, so the heathen can come and rebuild it for the true children of Israel. You know, you got ISO, you got Trump, he's bringing ICE around here, trying to bring the actual people of this land, which is Arsarit, which you would call the United States right now, but a lot of this, especially in California, is Mexico. It's their land. Even if it wasn't Mexico, it'd still be Northern Kingdom's land, whether it's Gad or whatever tribe. So how you gonna boot them out of their own land? They know that this their land. They understand these things. These things are not foreign to them. These things are only foreign to the new people that you bring over here into your rules and into your laws and your constitution. So now everybody thinks that, you know, you've gotten this thing and all of this is United States. Trump even made the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America as if it was rightfully his. It's still the Gulf of Mexico, right? So let's keep going. It says verse 5. I'll start at verse 5. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man, he says, wherefore? So he's saying, why do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, like a woman that's giving birth. A woman that's giving birth, it's a lot of pain, it's a lot of fear, it's a lot of things going on, man. You know, she's in distress as like no other time in her life, right? It says, and all faces are turned into paleness, right? So all faces are dry. They're pale with fear. Not actually pale like so-called white men, but they're pale with fear, right? This is a time that we're going into shortly. As you can see, prophecy is being fulfilled day in and day out. All these different new blood moons and look like double and triple moons in the air. Right, look like the MasterCard symbol going across from one end to the other. There's a lot going on, man. You know, we're seeing a lot of chariot sightings. You know, so we're getting into this time where this thing gonna have to get wrapped up, right? It says, verse 7. Alas, which means finally, for that day is great. so that none is like it. So all this war and wickedness we've seen in the earth, there's going to be nothing like this day. There's a day that's going to happen that's going to be nothing like anything we've seen in history or nothing we've seen in our time living on this planet, right? It says, it says, alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the day, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, of Yaakov's trouble. We're the children of Jacob. Jacob's name was changed into Israel, so this is the day of Israel's trouble. So northern and southern kingdom were prophesied to go through these things, right? Northern kingdom done went through a lot of this already during the Syrian captivity. They was in captivity, and then we went into captivity, and they came over here. So it's a lot of things that's going on right now. It's going right back to them as it went to us. But we're going to be oppressed together, as far as the scriptures say. So this is meant to happen. This was going to happen anyway. It says, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass that in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off their neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves with him. So we're not going to be subservient to Esau and these other nations, man. Right? And it says that we shall be saved out of it. So that's the promise. The Most High promised us that we will be saved out of this time. All this running and trying to going to Ghana and Kenya and wherever else in the world that you're trying to go is not going to stop nor slow down. If anything, is going to make it worse than it was before, right? Because there was a time when we was in captivity under Babylon, and the Most High promised us what would happen to us again. Okay, this is New Babylon. The same thing is going to happen again if we try to do these things, right? So let me get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 42. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 42, and verse 42 and verse 13. It reads, but if ye say, we will not dwell in the land, neither obey the voice of the Lord your God, saying, no, but we will go into the land of Egypt, which is Africa, where we shall see no war. Right? So you got Israel thinking that they'll go to another land, they'll go to somewhere in Africa, and that they won't have to see this thing. They won't have to see prophecy be fulfilled. They will not have to see war and Esau and race wars and being shot down dead and having to protect your wife and children. They're thinking that if they run out of Babylon, that something's going to change. Right? It says no war. It says, nor hear the sound of the trumpet, nor have hunger of bread. Okay, so if you go over in Egypt, you're gonna be plentiful with food during the time of Jacob's trouble. During the time all hell is breaking loose, you're gonna be able to go over Africa and eat down what they call it fufu and pilaf, man. That's not gonna happen, man. You're gonna still go through the same thing. You can't get away from this thing, right? It says, nor have hunger of bread, and there we will dwell. Verse 15, and now therefore hear the word of the Lord. Okay, so this is what the Lord had to say about the people that think that. You ye remnant of Judah, you southern kingdom, right? You jakes that's over here thinking y'all finna run to Africa. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the God of Yasharallah, if ye wholly set your faces, that if you put your mind, you trying to get that you trying to get that passport, and you done told your family and told everybody, man, we finna get up out this thing. So if you have solely set your mind, come on, it says, set your faces to enter into Egypt, to enter into Africa, and go to sojourn there. Verse 16, then it shall come to pass that the sword which ye feared, so the guns, the race wars, the crime, the murders, the rape, rob, and murder, the getting shot down dead in the street, the hunger, the sound of hearing the trumpet of the Most High, hearing him do his thing, all that stuff that you fear, all that stuff that you so scared about, thinking you finna escape it, trying to go to damn Greece or going somewhere else. It says, which ye fear shall overtake you. So all those things you fear will overtake you. It's going to take you over. You there in the land of Egypt. So it's going to follow you to the land of Africa. It's going to follow you into Egypt. It's going to follow you into Asia. It's going to follow you into the Caribbean. Right? It says, in the land of Egypt and the famine. So you hungry, you thinking you finna go over there and you gonna be able to feed your family in peace and feed yourself. Wherefore ye were afraid shall follow you close after you there in Egypt, and there ye shall die. So you're still gonna die there. You trying to escape fear here, but the Lord said you gonna still die over there. So it's not gonna make a difference what you do, how you think. Now am I saying that? Am I saying to not take preparation for your family? Am I saying, to not prepare yourself and do the best you can to prepare yourself and your family? I'll never say that, man, because faith without works is dead. You can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't move your feet and get things in order and try to get things situated, then you're just a fool. You're just waiting for your own destruction. So I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is the Lord is saying that running from Babylon, that the Most High promised us we was going to be being out of the lands where we were scattered, right? We were scattered over here. So running to Africa or running to Egypt or you got Jake trying to go to Judah. They trying to go to Israel. They kind of in there trying to live in tents. It ain't the time for that right now. The time is to keep the commandments, keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Do the work of the Lord to the best of your ability and prepare yourself for the chariots. That's what it's for. It's not for all this damn running and scattering and scooting and hollering, man, and hooting and hollering in fear. The Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of power and the fear of mind, roughly paraphrasing, right? So it says, we go back to it, verse 17. So shall it be with all the men that set their faces to go into Egypt to sojourn there. They shall die by the sword. So you're still going to die by the sword. By the famine, you're still going to starve to death. And by the pestilence, all the sickness, COVID, all these different things, you're still going to die from them. And none of them shall remain or escape from the evil that I will bring upon them. By Shema Mashach Yahweh, man. Verse 18. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, host means armies. For thus saith the Lord of armies, the God of Yasharallah, as mine anger and my fury has been poured out forth upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so shall my fury be poured forth upon you. When ye shall enter into Egypt, and ye shall be in execration, and in astonishment, and a curse, and a reproach, and ye shall see this place no more, right? So again, trying to run from Babylon the Great, trying to run from the tribulation and the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28, from 15 on down, is not going to change nothing for you. It's not going to change anything for the family, man. You got to have the faith of the Most High. Let me get my last precept, right? Because what's going to happen? What's going to happen if you stay here? What's going to happen if you obey the Most High, right? It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. So we're going to be able to stand boldly in the face of these so-called Edomites, man. We're not going to run from them. We're not going to be afraid of the wicked man. We're not going to be afraid of the red man. We want the Most High to see us get the Most High to deliver us in the face of these people. We want to fulfill this prophecy in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. It says, in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and have made no account of our labors. Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Because every time we seen the so-called white man, we seen the police, we was troubled in terrible fear. We was troubled and scared, not knowing if the police gonna stop us, get behind us, and shoot us dead in the street. That was us. But now we'll get a chance to see that thing flip. We're gonna see that curse return upon their own head, thus saith the Lord. It says, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, the salvation of Jacob. So far beyond all that they looked for. They didn't think this thing was going to go down like this, but that's the way it's going to go. Right? It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, so they're going to think this in their mind. This was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb and of a reproach. They're going to say, verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. And they're going to say, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh? Because they think that we're trash, man. You know, they think that all we do is kill each other all day. They think that all we could be is hip-hop, bebopping niggas all day. They'll never think that we'll have those royal garments on. We'll have those crowns on our head, man. We'll be walking through smelling like all kinds of oils and olive oils and different things like that, man. These are the things that they didn't think that they would see because the narrative has been turned on us so bad. Wetbacks, Negroes, porch monkeys, jigaboos, beaners, whatever the hell they want to call Southern and Northern Kingdom, man. This is, they even, spear chucklers, whatever, man. Like we Hamites or something, man. But that's another story, right? So, let's go right back to it. It says, how is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot be among the saints? Now we know, pursuant to the book of Psalms 147 chapter, that we're the saints. It says, but have not shined, it says, therefore have we erred from the way of truth. So then, like, damn, we thought it was all about us and them stringy head damn small hats and them Amish people. They thought that they was the people. And the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. Verse 7, it says, and we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through the deserts where they lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known. Right? So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God in the name of his only begotten Son, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. And if anybody was edified, then I did my job, right? I'm Captain Lamech of the Servants Assembly, Alabama, and I'm going to say shalom.
Repenting on a daily basis. You better thank the Most High some of us brothers repented, because we probably be robbing you niggas and checking your